Um, Welcome to our Greenback webinar and info session on our 8-day sustainability short courses. My name is Natasha and I am the Business Development Lead for Global Green Connect Academy. So who are we? We are partners of NTU in providing sustainability courses. We are a sustainability consulting and training platform that is built by practitioners for practitioners. The aim of our academy is to meet the sustainability talent gap in the market by upskilling and reskilling professionals so that individuals can be equipped for the future of work and businesses can be transformed for long-term success. So, our agenda for today is very simple. What we'll be doing is we're going through the 8-day sustainability courses with NTU and introduce you to our trainers that you will be learning from. We also have our partners from WSG and NTU to be sharing more about the various programs and the funding that's available and affiliated to this course. Should you have any questions at any point of time, please share it in the Q&A chat box below your screen. And we will get around to it at around the Q&A section of the webinar. So as mentioned earlier, the slides will be shared after the webinar. So don't worry about taking notes or taking screenshots. All of this will be sent to you. I do encourage you to put in any questions that you have so that we can get around to it later on as well. All right, so now we will jump and dive straight into our program overview of our 8-day course. As you may already know, our 8-day short courses are part of the government's effort in upskilling individuals and professionals in especially the built environment sector. The goal is to really equip everyone and every learner with future-ready skills for emerging green roles and even existing roles where sustainability skills are required. And when you join us, you are joining a network of professionals and sustainability practitioners. All of our trainers are practitioners themselves, so they will be able to share real case scenarios and case studies. You'll be able to unlock more opportunities in the sustainability sector because we do have a very wide network as well. So who should join? Our short courses are open to anyone who is interested to learn about sustainability. Whether you are a budding enthusiast, whether you are already in the scene for a long time, and whether you're curious, you can come and join and learn from us because we will be teaching you a lot about urban development, sustainability initiatives, and green technology, things that are very relevant to where the government and where the nation is moving towards. You will also be learning from case studies, group discussions, and sectorial experiences that will be shared by our practitioners. We will have teaching decks that we will share with you, so you'll be able to take them home and to look at it anytime you need and refer to it anytime you need. And your learning never stops as well. Even beyond class, you are able to connect with with our networks, with our practitioners to ask any questions that you have. In terms of our learning format, it will be in person at NTU. This can be either held at One North or at the main campus. And to ensure that you know that where you stand after each module of our course, there will be a MCQ assessment at the end of each module as well. But don't worry, this is going to be open book format, so you don't have to worry about whether you pass or not, because everybody will make sure that everybody will go through this course together and will pass with flying colors. So we move on to the next slide. So for our first course in sustainability leadership in real estate sector, please do take note of the dates. Those that are highlighted or bolded are dates that are happening on the weekend. So if you're planning a short getaway, please do take note of those. The key takeaway for this course in particular, will be to implement profitable sustainability strategies in real estate, green investments in real estate, and implications for real estate valuation. So we'll move on to the next course. So we'll move on to the next slide. So for this course in real estate sector, there will be 4 modules. And we will have the trainer share a little bit more about their background and their experience, as well as what you can get out of the course at a later stage, at a later part of the webinar. So for our second 8-day course, it will be in the future of smart building and smart city. The main takeaway for this course will be for you to understand how to integrate smart and green technology into urban development, public-private partnership or PPP for sustainable development, and assessing as well as managing sustainability risks. There will be 6 modules in total, and the focus for this course will be on smart building management, circularity, and applications of green technology. Okay, so now that I've gone through an overview of our 2 courses in the built environment space, I want to properly introduce our trainers to you now. Aside from teaching, our trainers practice what they preach in the field as well. So on the screen, you have Eric Low, MD for G Elements and trainer for our Smart Building and Real Estate course. We will also have Syed Mubarak, who is the Vice President of Sustainability and Technology at EPS Singapore, and he will be our trainer for our Smart Building course. Finally, we have Joy, who is the Head of Asia Pacific at World Green Building Council and trainer for our Real Estate course. Thank you so much, trainers, for joining us today. I would just want to hear a little bit more about your background and how you got started in sustainability. So please do share with the audience today. Eric, maybe we'll start with you first.
Okay, hi, welcome everybody. I will introduce myself. I'm Eric. I'm introduce myself as a Triple E. Why Triple E? Engineer, entrepreneur, as well as educator. So I'm a NTU alumni actually. Graduated in electrical electronic engineering. Coming 30 years. Advocate of smart technology, AI, in smart building and cities. Also a thought leader as a Smart City Network EXCO member in the space of smart infrastructure and built environment. The second E, entrepreneur. I'm a shareholder and a managing director of a software company, G Element, with award-winning products, digital twin solution platform in Asia Pacific region. The third E, educator. I'm a mentor, coach, and trainer in several programs in SMU, NUS, as well as NTU, which is doing adult education in sustainability, business startup, and I'm also a certified ACLP trainer, ACBC, venture capital trainer, as well as sustainable certification. Yeah, that's all for me now. Over to you, Syed.
Hi, thanks, Eric. Thank you, Natasha, for inviting me. Good afternoon, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. Natasha, to answer your question, probably I'll say that myself being in the sustainability space for last 3 decades, mainly with engineering, technology, ESG, and all kind of stuff. Singapore, India, and of course, Asia Pacific. So in my last corporate job, I was managing a large-scale integrated resort. It's about 40 million square feet, 13,000 hotel keys, and all kind of stuff. I was a head of sustainability and head of engineering for the asset to reduce their carbon footprint and, of course, compliance to the ESG requirement for stock exchange, other international bodies. After 30 years of corporate, so I've been, step out from the corporate now, mostly like an entrepreneurial role, advising startups, tech startups here in Singapore and Asia Pacific level. And also I'm running a company which focused on a green hydrogen project pipeline building here in Singapore and Asia Pac. And in parallel, I do, of course, pleased to be part of NTU ecosystem as an adjunct instructor to run these kind of, knowledge sharing programs to help people who wants to learn about sustainability, ESG, and of course, as part of the career transition as well. Thank you for being here and look forward to talk more again the latest stage of the conversation. Thank you.
All right, I guess it will be my turn. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joy. For me, from the very beginning in the study until now, I never actually left this area of sustainability, which is also deeply resonating in my calling as well. So I spent more than a decade in Sabana Jurong leading the sustainability design team, deliver several first of its kind projects that we are very proud of and also shaping the industry standard. And now I'm having 2 main roles. I'm working in the World Green Building Council, being the largest NGO under the UN, support the industry in delivering the total decarbonization of the industry by 2050, work with the green building councils and also the industry partners. So this is one of the role I'm looking after Asia Pacific Network and also the partnerships within the World GBC globally. I'm also having another role as the founder of Joy of Sustainability. This is where I bring the positive psychology in our built environment, which we will also implement positive psychology in the learning in this course as well. So I'm a master certified coach, also supporting leaders and industry drivers to deliver sustainability with a positive mindset. And really great to have you here today. Back to you, Natasha.
Thank you everyone for introducing yourself. Wow, you guys have such backgrounds. I mean, I would like to ask on behalf of the learners, if let's say I'm not from the built environment sector and I don't even, know what really sustainability is, how can I move into it? And would I need certain qualifications to go into this course or into learning about built environment?
Maybe I'll just answer the first question since a lot of course
Yes.
I will be the first one doing the first couple of days. So we in the past run, I think everyone has a very diverse background. Some of them actually already deeply involved in this industry, and some of them actually are very new and wanted to really get to know what exactly this is all about. And surprisingly, everyone walk away with something that they feel that they're able to make sense and resonate and incorporate in their work. So the gist of this is that we don't really need any qualification as long as you have a passion and an interest in sustainability. The course will be delivered in the way that it has a dialogue and also has we're explaining in the layman term. We will also elevate the content a little bit more, but we will be more deliberate to explain this in the field that you can understand. So don't worry about any entry level, but I'm sure that despite which level you are, you will be walking away with some tangible outcomes.
That's really good and heartening to know. Eric or Syed, do you have anything to add as well from maybe the smart building perspective?
Yeah, sure. I think thanks, Joy, for taking the first question. And indeed, I think I resonate with Joy. To learn about sustainability, I think it's more about passion and willing to go extra mile. But on the contrary, of course, if you want to career switch, learning the course is one aspect of it, and getting into the career could be a different aspect of it. And again, depending on what a learner wants to do in a sustainability, that could dictate the level of prerequisite they may need to have. For example, if someone wants to do the sustainability program managerial role, and possibly whatever basic education what they have, and on top of that, learning this course, and possibly they could get into the other long-term courses will help them to move into that career transition. But on the contrary, if someone want to go very specific to energy management, energy conservation, for example, then they may need to have a certain level of engineering skill in order to understand how to execute some of the projects. So it is a matter of the learner's prerogative, which side of the sustainability, whether they want to go for a soft side of sustainability, program management level, or a hardcore engineering level. That will dictate the level of expertise and prerequisite. But in a simple context, I think if they are passionate and they want to make change by themselves and also want to influence others, I think they are welcome to join this 8-day course.
Great. So it sounds like you need to have that passion to begin with, and then that mentality that you're gonna continue learning. It doesn't just stop here. So can you actually tell us the difference then? What would the difference be between taking a real estate course and the smart building course? Because they do sound quite similar.
Now, I think possibly look similar. Again, it depends on for example, if someone want to be focused on the corporate real estate and real estate space to manage sustainability, that could be they could apply that 8-day master course. But on the contrary, if someone want to go into very specific to smart building, smart technology, and IoT kind of system, and want to understand much more detail about it, and then they could choose smart building related 8-day masterclass. So it is, both could complement each other in some extent. There's also some level of distinction in the context of technology versus, real estate program management level. I think that's where I could say, simple differentiation and convergence. And I'm sure Eric could add more value on top of what I said.
So since I'm involved in both causes, but of course I'm more into the smart city and smart building. I can share a little bit about some of the similarity first. Okay, I think both causes offers so-called outline on sustainability concept definitely, and then net carbon zero related management strategies, sustainable finance, and even green building certifications. So that are the common sustainability concept that you will learn from both courses. But of course, the smart city one, as the name implies, so you will learn more about smart city, smart building, and also quite technology focused. So that's something that you will not have found in most of the sustainability course, whether is it in NTU or in other university, or from my experience. As for the real estate, I believe the focus is also going to be deep dive into some form of so-called finance and investment related. Of course, dwelling into real estate, particularly this industry, because for smart city, smart building, we talk about more built environment holistically. So it covers from even so-called train infrastructure, water management, and again, these are coming back into how technology are applied to the various so-called infrastructure. Okay, so that's a nutshell. But I would like to also add on to the previous question on or so-called are you really equipped to sign up for either of these course? The question is not whether you are equipped or you are qualified. No, the question is what do you take back? Okay, so I would like to just say that minimum you will be able to take back after these 8-day courses is at least minimum, no matter what background you are able to share very confidently after these 8 days all the sustainability concepts in a networking session, which means that you are able to be confident to talk about sustainability very confidently after this 8 days course. That is at least an assurance for the minimum take back you will get from. So it's not only just on particular deep dive subject, but it's holistically on sustainability, which you will learn in this syllabus on 8 days, whether is it real estate or actually smart city and building. Thanks.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Actually, I was just going to ask because, Singapore is a finance hub. So how important is it to have some like background in finance and, green investments, for instance? Will that be covered during both of the courses?
Yes, I'll help to answer this. Yes, green finance is one of the main pillar, and we do recognize that green finance is the bottleneck of sustainability because it enables a lot of initiative, but it also limits a lot of innovation and mainstreaming of certain technology. So we will be definitely covering the business case of sustainability in relationship with finance, and also to open up about what exactly from the finance perspective, what are you looking into in sustainability? We wanted to avoid the concept of greenwashing. We also wanted to connect the finance concept, investment portfolio scenarios into sustainability and green building. So this is actually a very interesting part that we connect the dots together from very two different industry. But to give you a sense, like we even have role play games that you will be able to see that from different perspective, what is your priority, what is your concern, what needs your attention, and you start to understand both industry from that role play and also the game. Yeah, by the way, this is not a course itself that you not only that you walk away with tangible outcomes, you're going to have a lot of fun in game and activities as well. Yeah.
And I can testify to that because I've sat through some of the courses and I was like, wow, it's so much fun and so much interaction as well. I think I do have some people who are also wondering, they might be on a career break and they feel like is 8 days going to be too short if they really want to pivot into sustainability? Any thoughts?
I think probably I would. Okay, Joy, want to answer? Go ahead, Joy.
Oh, thank you. Sure. Thank you for noticing. 8 days is short if you have a lifelong passion in sustainability. But if 8 days is good enough for you to get the fundamental things for you to know how to expand your knowledge from then on, because we'll be also telling you if you're interested about certain things, where else you can go. Take it as like a platform, allow you to get a sense of everything. From there, if you want to master, have a deeper dive, and this is a lot more easier for you to convert into the mastery or expertise level based on your interests. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Joy. I think you almost answered everything. My point view is to the audience. I mean, it's not about 8 days or enough or shorter or enough or long. I think it's most important that the learners need to have a commitment. Number one. Number two, need to have a passion. Number three, really want to decide on how they want to pursue themselves into the sustainability field. For example, if they do not have a long-term commitment for 4 months, 6 month kind of courses, then but they want to jumpstart sustainability, then of course if they can able to commit 8 full days, to learn basics of sustainability, but in a very wide spectrum. We cover basic ESGs, SDG, green finance, green technology, and of course sustainability reporting, carbon management, everything covered in a short period. Possibly they could jumpstart and then continue with other courses based on their commitment. I think that's simply, I would say that it's more all about commitment, passion, and what they really want to do.
Amazing. I think that's a really good summary. So you start off with 8 days as a preview to see whether you are interested, you're really committed to this sector. And if you really want to pivot into this career full time, then you can consider something like our SCTP, which is like a 4-month, 6-month course where you can really deep dive and get more knowledge, join company visits, and really be in the thick of learning about sustainability in a very deep level. Okay, I
Absolutely.
know that everyone has a lot of burning questions. I think they're all coming in through the Q&A chat box. So we'll come to you later. So for now, let's move on to the next segment because I want to give enough time later on for our Q&A. So for now, we will just I'll pass on the time to our WSG counterpart, Janix Tai, who will share more about the WSG Manpower Transformation Program, especially the Career Conversion Program or CCP, which our short courses are actually part of. So Janix, can I pass the time over to you?
Yep, thanks everyone for having me here today. So I'm Janix from Workforce Singapore Sustainability Team. So today I'm sharing more on WSG programs for manpower transformation. So maybe a quick start, I'll actually do a brief background on Singapore Green Plan 2030. So I think many of you are familiar with this. So it's launched in February 2021. So it's launched as a whole of nation movement to advance Singapore national agenda on sustainable development. So there's 5 key pillars that we are looking at, which is city nature, energy reset, sustainable living, green economy, and resilience future. And with this, we actually identified 3 main thrusts. So it's how to green our business and industry, tap on this green growth opportunity, as well as equip our workers to take advantage of this green tech and practices. So we see that there's many new or enhanced sustainability-related regulations as well as policies to actually help to accelerate business needs for green transformation. So such that there's many tenders that actually have sustainability criteria to it. So companies need to think of how they could expand into the sustainability area, as well as there's revised green mark requirement, mandatory packaging reporting that might actually impact on the manufacturer as well as the importers. So with this itself, so beyond compliance, we see many new emerging opportunities. So many companies actually look to kickstart certain transformation efforts. So let's say for the transport area, I think we are all very familiar with electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles. So with these, there's actually a rise of related sectors such as EV repair services and battery recycling. And for built environment sector, so for green building and infrastructure, we see many new innovations such as green materials, green concrete, and then renewable energy integration into the current design. So as well as maybe the last one that I will touch on will be sustainable food systems. So even in the F&B industry, we are actually looking into on an alternative of plant-based protein and milk, as well as how to actually win our procurement and supply chain. So with this itself, with this sustainability development, we also bring about significant change to Singapore workforce. So all Singapore workforce will in some way or another be impacted. So we might need different degrees of sustainability skills as well as knowledge. So some existing jobs within the sector will see job expansion to include sustainability related job scope or to be redesigned into a new sustainability job role. So what I'm touching on is how to enable companies. So we have the career conversion program. So this actually helps in whether it's hiring of mid-career switcher or reskilling of your existing workforce to take on a sustainability related job role. And going into sustainability professional CCP, this is actually a broad-based career conversion program where employees who's on board our program have to go through minimum one course from our whitelisted course list. So we have close to 300 courses on our whitelist. And Global Greens Connect courses is actually on our whitelist as well. So companies can pick and choose the relevant courses and send their employee on this. And then the rest is actually almost 100% on the job training. So on company end, they actually have to do out a 3 to 6 month on the job training plan. So 6 months for new hire and 3 months for existing employee. So with this itself, right, for the on the job training period, we actually provide funding support. So for new hire, it's 6 months salary support up to 70% capped at 4,000. If let's say individual, Singaporean or PR is more than 40 years old, it's up to 90% capped at $6,000. So this is how the breakdown actually looks like. So for new hire, we support a 6-month period, 70%. And then the funding support is about 14,700 for this case. And then where else for job redesign or reskilling of existing workforce, more than 40 years old, 3 months period, 90% is about 16,200 savings. So there's different criteria. So mainly Singaporean PR, graduated or ORD for at least 2 years because this program is to support mid-career switcher. So with that, we actually have some new job tasks. So you can see how the job change is like. So because this is on built environment, I'll go to the next slide. This is more towards the built environment side where we can see that job changes could actually include identifying sustainability target, develop sustainability strategy for new development, redevelopment or refurbished project, whether is it performing life cycle assessment or carbon footprint on project or even your materials. So these are some examples of how a job change could look like. So let's say for a senior operation executive, the previous job description is looking more towards building and IT management and inventory management, but the company is looking to reskill and redesign this person's job role. So with that, the enhanced job role actually includes to establish data collection methods to aid company in setting their carbon emission baseline, to collate certain data and generate reports on building energy or carbon performance. So even the finance manager could actually be reskilled. So instead of the usual finance and accounting job role, the enhanced job role actually requires this individual to look into compliance management, to monitor and advise on management of sustainability and carbon-related compliance, or to even look at green finance opportunity. So with this itself, we see that the green economy will affect business and workers across all industry and sectors. So because this is still a very new area, green skills are in demand and continue to increase. So companies as well as employees could tap on this career conversion program to look at reskilling or upskilling to gain all these relevant skills and knowledge. So for more details on how to apply and all that, I think you could just contact me at jnix_thai@wsg.gov.sg, or you could scan this QR code over here, then leave an online inquiry and I'll contact you subsequently. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janix. I think you're going to get a lot of questions about CCP. I know that a lot of people have approached us and asked us about the whole process, so I will be directing those questions over to Janix. And if you have any questions for Janix, you can also put them in the Q&A chat box at the bottom of your screen. Okay, so now I want to pass on the time to our partners at NTU to share a little bit more about the registration process, the fees and funding that is available for our learners as well. So Ken, over to you, please.
Okay, thanks, Natasha. I think the trainers have given a very broad brief outcome of the course itself. And I think our partner from WSG has also talked about different steps. So right now I'm going to explain to you in terms of the application process, the fees and funding available for you. So just before I begin, I just want to take a note that recently, I think during the budget 2024, I think our Deputy Minister have actually talked about the funding, about the mid-career education fund is around $4,000. As of now, we do not have concrete outcomes on whether you can use the fund up to 22 April 2024. So there you get the full cost listing. So I believe there's some questions about it, but as of now, we don't have concrete steps on this entire funding. Yeah, so as of now, we just have to retain the current set of SkillsFuture credits that's available for you. All right, so as mentioned, there are two different courses as of now. You can actually apply them through our portal. So I've actually put it down here, the QR code segment. There's actually two sessions for the future of smart building and smart city. So this is a two different application process from 23 of April to 16 July 2024. The other one will be 23rd of July and to 10 of September. So do note all these are 8 sessions and it could be held either in a One North NTU campus or the main campus itself over and near Pioneer. The second course itself will be the sustainability leadership in real estate sector. So you can also scan your QR code over here to actually apply now through our website itself. So all these slides as mentioned by Natasha will be sent to you. So you don't worry that you won't miss the slides. These are all documented and of course you can just scan that through our website or you can just Google it and actually you can find out through our PACE website, you can see the application. All right, I'll talk about the fees and funding. All right, so I think this is most important for all of you that are interested to join. So I'll just roughly explain the difference. All right, so the entire course fee is actually called 8,720. This includes the 9% GST that recently has been raised. Yeah, so let's talk about the first row in terms of the Singaporeans, Singapore citizens and PR, age above 25 and below 40, you get up to 70% funding. So it's around $2,616, right? If you're an employee of the SME, a small medium enterprise, you'll be entitled to the enhanced training support for SMEs, which is in the second row. So your company will then be eligible for funding, which is around $1,016. Right, so I'll move on. For Singaporean citizens aged above 40 this year, all right, you are entitled for the MCAS, which is the SkillsFuture Mid-Career Enhanced Subsidy. So it's up to 90%. So it's similar to the ETSS per se in terms of the eligibility of the funding, right? So all these prices are after 9% GST. So something to take note in terms of the fees and funding queries. If any of you are actually the NTU alumni, yeah, you will be available to use your NTU course credit. So alumni course credit. So this is a set of funds that NTU have given to all alumni. You can offset some of the co-paying course fee itself, right? And of course, like I mentioned, the first slide, your SkillsFuture credit, you're able to use it above 20, your age 25 and above, you can also offset the net fee. Okay, there's no installment plans available for this because this is, as mentioned, this is a short course. So it's eight days throughout a period of time. So your course fee payments has to be done up there. After all the different subsidies or the discounts, if let's say you're using your SkillsFuture credit, etc., for the remaining you can pay by a debit or credit card, right? Then so you can use your post-secondary school education funds. If you do have them, you can actually use it as well. And for this course as well, there's no UTAP discount for the NTUC member. So coming on to the last slide, I'm going to talk about the course queries. So if assuming you completed the 8-day course, you'll be given an e-certificate of completion. Okay, this will be done by PACE at NTU, so will be given the cert itself. However, do note that attendance and the required assessments has to be done promptly, and of course you have to pass them all. So that is the requirements in order to attain the e-certificate. And finally, I'll talk about course withdrawal. I understand that some learners in the past, or maybe currently, if you have any work commitments outside and overseas, or you're unable to attend and you wish to withdraw, there will be an administration fee of up to $65.40 after GST. So this is just, do note, if you happen to pay the full course fee, but you decided not to attend the course, you'll be required to pay this administration fee. And of course, this is the reason for us to understand that when you're making a commitment, that will be good that if you can commit to your learning as well. Okay, so I've come to the end, and I think I do see some questions. Yeah, I think we can move on to the Q&A segment. So if any questions or any info about the course itself, can just send in the inquiries to Pace at NTU. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ken. Wow. So not only is the government giving us funding and subsidies to attend courses to upskill, but NTU itself is also giving an additional 1,600 course credits for you to take. So wow, if you guys are NTU alumni, NIE alumni, please make full use of this and come for our course. All right. So now that you've heard from everyone, I hope that you guys have a lot more questions. I know that the Q&A chat box is blowing up, so I'll just pick some questions from there, and then I'll open the floor up to more questions and also get the trainers to answer some of your questions. Okay. First one for all our trainers, and NTU as well, if you'd like to participate. What is the difference between this course, these 8-day courses that we have, and other sustainability courses offered by NTU, like the grad dip or the other certs? I mean, I do know our trainers are all practitioners, but would anybody like to answer this question?
Okay, maybe I answer first, because as NTU alumni, I'm not trying to sell for NTU. I'm just want to say something that all of us know that NTU have more than 8 buildings, net zero building in Singapore, about 30% of the all in the NTU Smart Campus. Okay, so just based on this basis, I would say that definitely NTU is in this leadership position to be teaching these sustainability courses with actual reference of building, especially built environment, to showcase and to present as a case study. Secondly, even you want to compare between NTU themselves, I think some of them have been asking whether there's a Flexi Master program and other sustainability program by NTU themselves. What is the difference between ours 8 days and theirs? It's actually based on practitioner. So we are practitioner teaching, sharing. I don't say teaching, but sharing. Not even we talk about just lecturing, but we have a lot of interaction with the learner, and also have peer learning to share the latest news of sustainability. As you can see, that sustainability is not about past. It's also about the present and also the future. What are we looking at? So based on that, I believe if you look at who are the instructor, hopefully you will see that practitioner is something that you would like to see from the industry to share this knowledge to you. Okay, and finally, just want to highlight between even NTU sustainability course and other SMU, NUS, or even Polytechnic sustainability course, the key difference, I would say that we are bringing the different kind of guest speaker and even research institution to share in both of these courses. And I think you will not be able to find most of the courses from other university, as I mentioned, that is focused in technology. And technology is really the key to future sustainability. It's also a platform for future sustainability. So if you don't know technology, it's also now not easy to understand sustainability and how is it moving forward. Okay, I think I have that to share at this moment. To the other two trainers, anything to share?
I think Eric has shared most of the things in a bigger picture. I think I would only add a couple of points that the learners joining these courses We'll have opportunity to listen from the industry practitioners like myself, Eric, Joy, and we bring in a wealth of experience, not from an academic point of view, but actually practical point of view, so that the learners could be able to understand what they really can do, and if something could not able to do, how need to be get it done. So I think that kind of stuff we will share, and then work real world examples of projects or initiatives we have implemented, so that would be the takeaway for the learners, which usually would not have opportunity to understand unless and otherwise there is a platform like this being established. I think that's the thing. One way I could say that why this course could differ compared to other courses. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your answers. Okay, I'm going to try and combine a few questions together. So if someone has a background in sales and marketing or even business, what would be some of, the low-hanging fruits to explore in sustainability, in terms of maybe a career or maybe even, the course?
I think it's good that the person has the sales, marketing, and finance background, right? And they understand the business angle of the company. So I assume they're able to have on top of adding the sustainability, provided they have a passion and then want to move forward, and then they could tuck on with their the base experience, knowledge they have on that particular business, as a particular marketing field or finance field, and then they can add on to that. And particularly even for green finance, for example, they are a finance background, they can and understanding the sustainable finance, which will be the future driving force in order to unlock the potential for any ESG sustainability related projects, small scale to large scale projects to happen in Singapore or around the world. So I think there is an opportunity for them. Yeah, that's a simple way I would say that.
Maybe I will add on to what Syed had mentioned. I'm a program director of the 6 months Smart City and Smart Building Sustainability course. So I would say that what happened is, if you really are looking at career transition, of course, 8 days is too short. In fact, the 6-month course is the right flagship course that you should attend, but unfortunately, it's already over closing. We only do it once a year, so it's a very flagship program that we are conducting, and it's also very inaugural in terms of all the kind of links we can bring. But this is the second best one, 8 days, and especially for people who are still not very sure where are you going to do for sustainability. You could be in sales, you could be even a designer, which is what we got from previous few cohorts. We have people coming from different areas. They are trying to transit. They know that they need to transit to sustainability because that's the trend, that's the future. But they don't know where to start from. No? So the best way is not to go into the deep dive into some specific certification, green mark, GRI standard. The best thing is to come to this holistic 8 days program, whether it's a little bit dwell towards real estate or a little bit dwell towards smart building and smart city, to attend a holistic content sharing, and even have opportunity to network with industry practitioner, so that you will know exactly where you will be heading to. Well, we have a lot of coffee break session, especially for 8 days, more coffee break session every full day, and we will have a lot of communication opportunity for us to even highlight and even mentor, or I would say even exchange information, so that you know where you should be going to.
Right, maybe I'll just add in from another perspective, because despite which industry now, even beyond the built environment, sustainability is a topic that everyone cannot be avoided, especially for the large organizations seeking financial support. All the investors and governments are looking at sustainability practice. So it's actually all about how did you articulate the company's vision and mission in terms of sustainability language. So from this course, we can see that we're also supporting the industry and also the participants to understand what does sustainability mean to you in your industry and the area that you're interested about. So the answer of the question about what exactly the opportunity imposed when you're actually putting the sales and marketing is where that you're able to better articulate sustainability from your area of the expertise.
Thank you, trainers. It sounds like sustainability is a very versatile skill to have, and you can apply across any industry. So it's very valuable to come and learn from us and to kickstart the journey with us. I hear that beyond the food for thought that you'll get from class, the food there is also really good. So might gain a few more kgs after coming from our class. Okay, so I think there are some more questions that are coming in that are a bit more maybe geared towards Skills Future. So maybe I'll direct this to Ken. How can we leverage the Skills Future fund that we are all given already to come for this course?
Okay, so as mentioned just now, I think I explained the slides. If you're above 25 years old, you can actually use the Skills Future credit that's actually given to all citizens. For the learners to have 40 and above, you are able to be given the MCES, which is up to 90% of the funding as well. So this is the ability for the Skills Future credit for you to offset some of this payment. Okay, so I think I've also another question about the about alumni, right? That you're talking about 40-year-old and you're using your NTU alumni credit. Okay, so just do a basic calculation. Uh, Assuming you are the SkillsFuture, you are above 40 years old and you have your SkillsFuture funds, and of course you have $1,600 of NTU credits. So original price will be $2,000. But after deduction and the cost SSG funding, you pay up to 812.80 cents. Okay, so I think roughly back of the head, this is the calculations that's being done. And finally, you need to know that as mentioned when I started off the whole briefing, I actually talked about the Deputy Prime Minister. I think he actually talked about the budget 2024, or the $4,000. As mentioned, the old full course listing will be only launched after 22 April 2024. So beyond that, I'm unable to answer any questions that is pertaining to the $4,000. Yeah, so just do keep in mind, we'll keep everyone posted if doing it on our website if you're eligible to use the $4,000. Yeah, so I think that is all. I think finally there's one more question that talk about the class size. Okay, so typically in the courses itself will be held in regardless of at One North at NTU or the NTU campus as well. It's always above 15 learners. And of course, the hours of learning is from 9 to 5. So that's the rough gauge. And of course, it's in person for the sessions itself. Yeah, so I believe I've answered the questions. All right.
Thank you so much, Ken. So it sounds like you can tap into your Skills Future credits that you have now and don't hold back. Don't wait for the 4,000 to come because we don't know when that is going to come and what programs it will apply for as well. Okay, because we're coming to close to the end of the session, I just want to answer maybe a last question before we move on. Maybe I'll try to combine it as well. Would it be possible after this 8-day course to look for a job in, a green role? And what kind of industry recognition can I get? Big question.
I think, the simple answer could be, there could be possibility. Again, you remember there was a question came, someone with sales, marketing, finance background, or other experience they have in the market, 10 year, 20 year, 15 years kind of stuff. And learning this 8 days, 8 full days course in a broader spectrum of sustainability, I think they could able to, plug on top of the existing experience to add value to their current job or the future job they are looking for. I think that's how they could able to pivot into sustainability. That's one way. The second way is, of course, they could start with a smaller role, probably an analyst or a entry level position, and then pivot to the higher level position as they progress and learn more about sustainability. Possibly they could take on SCTP courses or other relevant courses. Even during our 8-day masterclass, we do share with the learners that what are the other courses they could pursue. Even today, some of the cohort 1 and 2 learners approach me, hey, this is the job specification. What are the, future job specification? What are the additional courses I could take, whether it's a GRI or a CDP or ESG related courses. So we do recommend that kind of, guidance we do provide, although even after the cohort, yeah.
I would like to add on one thing that Syed mentioned. I think all of us have to be realistic. Also, no course will ensure you a career. Probably CCP are the nearest one that in a way through that thing orchestrate that you are able to get a job. But other than that, no course is going to ensure you a career or even a job. But having said that, what are the courses that give you the highest chance of meeting the right people? I think these 2 8 days course and also of course the 6 months SCTP course with industry connection, you'll be able to network with more people and the higher chance that you will be able to be engaged. Of course, the other area to look at it is please participate actively with your classmates, because some of your classmates are coming from professional so-called institution as well as even MNCs or even SME. So these are all opportunity that we are creating for you to be able to network as well as to be able to have higher opportunity to find a job, green job or be it green job or not green job, but probably an opportunity that dealing with even smart and also green together.
Thank you, Eric and Syed. So, learning never ends. I think when you want to upskill, you have to keep learning, you have to keep improving yourselves. And as I mentioned earlier, when you join our courses, you will be joining a network of professionals and practitioners who are in the sustainability sector. We do organize events, webinars like this, and more, even after our courses. And so you can be constantly in touch with us to hear more about the latest happening. And on that note, actually, I'd just like to share our course QR code, because at this time, I'm sure that you guys have all the information that you need to make an informed decision about the course that you would want to attend, whether it is in the real estate sector or whether it is the smart building or smart city course. So if you'd like to sign up, learn a little bit more about the course, please feel free to scan the QR codes that are on the screen, check out the dates. If you have any more questions, we also have our WhatsApp QR code that we will flash on the screen later on. And as well, and please also keep in touch with us through LinkedIn, because that's where you will hear more about our events, our latest happenings. Let's say, you're still shopping around for courses, or you still want to learn a bit more about who we are. We are on LinkedIn. Follow us and you'll hear everything to do with sustainability only, and only the latest information as well. So if you have any further questions, please feel free to also scan this QR code on the screen. It's our WhatsApp business chat. So any questions that you have will come directly to us, to me, and I'll be able to answer those questions. So thank you so much for your time at this webinar. I'd just like to thank our trainers for coming in during their lunch hour to speak to us about what you can expect out of attending the courses. And also to Ken from NTU, as well as Janix from WSG, as well as the team that is supporting this webinar. I hope to see you guys in class, if not to see you on LinkedIn or even on WhatsApp as well. So see you in class and take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.